Right, year sevens. So you have now recorded in your original melody for Pink Panther, and now you're ready to work on the B section. Now, in the B section, you are going to be creating your own question and answer melody. So there's going to be 4 different phrases. We know that the question phrases are always the same. So once you've done that part of it, you've done half of the work. And then in between those, you're going to have your second and fourth phrases, which are answer phrases. Okay. Now we're going to be using the notes of the blues scale. So if you remember when we were doing the blues project back in the winter term, we were using a certain scale to play. Now we're going to be using it in G this time. So our first note is going to be a G. Then we're going to be using the B flat over here. Then we've got the C. And we can also use this one here, which is the C sharp, and the D, and finally the F. Okay, so these are the notes you can use for your melody. You can also use the high C as well if you want. And there's nothing stopping you from playing the blues scale up here as well. You could use the notes down there. So you have to create a phrase, question and phrase that lasts for 8 beats. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So if we listen to the music, your question phrase has to last for this long. So it goes 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So if I was to come up with one, it could be that could be my question phrase. And if I record that into Logic, I could then copy and paste it over to playhead 31. And then I've got my direct repeat of my question phrase. And then in between, I use the same notes, but I have to come up with a response to that phrase. So it could be and to make it sound like the melody's carrying on, I don't want to end on a G for this particular phrase. So I might end on a C or a D, for example, which would give the idea that the melody is continuing, which is what I want. But when I come up with my final answer phrase, I do want to try and end on the G, which will give it a feeling of the melody ending. So my final answer phrase could be something like that. So here's one I'm going to make up on the spot. My question phrase. Answer phrase. Then a repeat of my question phrase. Final answer phrase. So there we are. So you want to basically create a melody that has a very clear structure with 4 phrases. The first and the third phrase are exactly the same. The second phrase is an answer to the original question. And then your final phrase, make sure that you end on a G to give it a feeling of ending. Good luck.